Okay, can you believe we're coming towards the end of August, but it does mark National Wellness Month. And as we wrap up the last full month of summer, it's a good time to hit reset.
Yeah, wellness is not just about eating and exercising. It's about taking care of your whole self. We're checking in with psychologist Dr. Laura Saunders to get some simple ways to make wellness part of your everyday routine. Good morning. Nice to see you. How are you doing today?
Hello.
Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. Yes. And as we're winding up August, it's always important to remember that it's actually National Wellness Month. And that, as we say on the show all the time in this segment, there is no wellness without both physical and mental well-being.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think like over the summer, we kind of, don't have a lot of rules. We're sort of eating a lot of ice cream. We're not maybe sleeping as much. We're sort of just like taking a little break from routine maybe. And so I feel like this is a good time of year to kind of just rein things in a little bit.
Yeah, I think, as we're entering the beginning of September, it's a good time to reset for a lot of us. And it's really about focusing on overall wholeness. Holistic well-being. So taking a step at a time, looking at the aspects of your life that might not be exactly the way you want it. It's not about making massive changes. It's about setting small, measurable goals for yourself.
So, doctor, we always hear the term mindfulness, right? So, but what does that actually mean? Because we get so caught up, as Melissa was saying, the summer we're having fun, our schedules are a little out of whack, especially for parents, right? But everyone says you have to be mindful for yourself. You have to maybe do something new or add something new to your routine. But how do you even get started with mindfulness?
So that's a great question, Renee, because I do think it's a word that's used a lot, but not everyone truly understands what it means. And mindfulness means to be in the moment non-judgmentally. So if you are having breakfast with your spouse or walking your dog or, talking to your kids, that you're in that moment, not judging it, not saying, I wish I was doing this differently, or I made a terrible breakfast for my child. It's being in the moment non-judgmentally. That's what's so critical. And the more we can do that, the more it helps us just feel more centered and less of those cognitive distortions sort of creep in, which is a lot of the negative thinking that we engage in.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense when you put it like that.
Absolutely.
And then what about making sure you get enough sleep, right? I think people are talking a lot about sleep hygiene lately.
The two easiest ways to improve mood and energy are with sleep and nutrition. And again, you're not going to go from going to bed at midnight to going to bed at 10 o'clock, but it's moving your clock a little bit, your kind of internal clock, about 15, 20 minutes at a time, giving yourself more restful sleep. That also means doing things that help restful sleep, which is staying away from caffeine, taking away screens, and alcohol not close to bedtime. So it's doing things that improve the quality of your sleep.
So, doctor, we have grocery lists, we have schedules, we have calendars, we got to get this done, fix the car, vacuum, laundry, this, that. Should we make a list to be more mindful or a list to reset ourselves too?
I think that's an excellent idea. I think it is important to put it on our to-do list. And again, the thing that we're doing for ourselves might be sitting quietly for 5 minutes or going for a walk. I used to run groups where we would do mindfulness walking, where you are in the moment, you are walking and you are observing around you. I see the color of the leaves on the trees. I see that new person, they painted their house, right? Whatever it is, they are in the moment as much as possible. So really allowing that time, because you cannot take care of other people unless you're taking care of yourself.
Right.
And what about just celebrating the small wins that you do on a daily basis?
I'm a huge proponent of celebrating small wins. So when something good happens, you share with someone. Oh, it was my birthday last week, or I walked 10,000 steps yesterday, or I actually got 8 hours of sleep last night. Whatever it is, share it with someone because you might inspire them as well.
And what are the best ways to treat yourself outside of I know you've mentioned a few things, but what is a great personal reward or what do you think would be helpful for that?
So while it's fun to sort of set food rewards, that's not always the best way
That's
to
what
do
I
it.
do.
Although
That's kind of my love
an
language.
occasional ice cream just makes life a little bit better. But the more you can, open yourself up for bigger things. If you do, 10,000 steps for a week, then you'll schedule a massage for yourself, or, finding things that will also increase or improve your self-care. You can go out to dinner or do something nice.
Nice.
And I love social connection, right? So that's making you connect with your friend or your spouse or your child or your parent, whoever. So doing things to reward yourself that also promote well-being.
Very
That's
nice.
great. I'm feeling motivated. Thank you so much
I
for
know.
joining us and for these great tips.
I feel like I need to give you my insurance information because I like when you're on when I'm filling in because you always make me feel
Personal
better.
advice.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Saunders. Until next time.